Hi, I'm Mr. Beast Mode, and I put 10 babies in a cage to fight until the last baby standing to cover their mother's healthcare expenses. Over the past decade, it has become increasingly obvious the power that content creators hold amongst society, especially the younger generation. If you ask the kids of today, it feels like most of them say they want to be a content creator more than anything else. With the absolutely momentous success of Mr. Beast, that is absolutely not surprising. I remember being in a store with my wife, and a child who couldn't have been any older than 5 walked by a Feastables display and started screaming, "Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast," to their parents. Kids are being exposed to content creators and their work, along with the perception of their lavish lifestyles. It's clear why anybody would want to be a content creator.
54% of adults said that they would quit their job to become a creator.
And I mean, it is super appealing. We've all seen it. Take vacation time whenever you want, make your own schedule, find sponsorship deals that can get you free products and big money. But is it actually everything it's cracked up to be? In the past few months, there have been a large number of YouTubers who have entered a state of retirement. What that means exactly changes from creator to creator. For MatPat of Game Theory, that simply means taking a step behind the camera to take on a more producer-oriented role and to achieve a better work-life balance. For people like Tom Scott, it is simply a big reduction of content production. And for some, it simply means stopping altogether and fading into obscurity. Jaden Animations released a video that served as a wonderful reflection on her decade-long and growing career on YouTube. She discusses what it means to have your most formative years in the public eye and how having such a large audience can cause life to be difficult. One point I found very fascinating from her video is the fact that she knows that YouTube isn't forever.
I still absolutely love making content and still have the desire to keep making videos, but my YouTube years are numbered now. I fantasize about logging off as Jaden Animations and becoming a normal person again. I want to move to a random-ass town in a random-ass place, have a little house with my creatures, have a normal job with normal hours and normal problems, live a life where people don't know who I am before I introduce myself. Not saying I don't like being recognized. You can come up to me, I promise, I don't mind. But eventually I just want to feel like a person again.
I'm not going to bum off her video too hard, so I highly suggest you check it out. But we also have the other side of the coin. Tom Scott talks about it in his video. The other path on YouTube that isn't about scaling back or abandoning.
And it's clear that I now have 2 possible choices. I could keep making bigger and better things, keep climbing the ladder, build a business, hire full-time employees, and end up as a manager. And that would be great for someone who isn't me, but I know I'm bad at that, and I'd hate every second of it.
This path entails scaling up your efforts, hiring full-time team members, becoming a manager, and even starting your own brands and products that can perform outside the context of YouTube. While they are all still technically YouTubers, it feels like they are so much more than the original idea of a content creator. Which can beg the question, are they even a content creator anymore? So it seems the spectrum has 2 ends. Algorithmic burnout or evolution into a millionaire business tycoon and or mainstream personality. And I'm sure many people lie somewhere in between, and others perhaps somewhere slightly outside the spectrum. But what does this mean for somebody who wants to start the content creation journey in 2024? What does it mean to be a content creator today? Mr. Beast is probably the most successful example of somebody who wanted to become a content creator. Unlike creators who started their journeys before the rising stardom of the Mr. Beast brand, Jimmy was not aiming to share a specific passion of his, from my perspective. His drive and inspiration was to become the best YouTube content creator, to dominate the algorithm.
Why do you want to be the best YouTuber?
I don't fucking know, man. I just, ever since I was 13, I just made the decision I was going to be a YouTuber. I was going to die trying. Sounds different hearing me say it now, but I had that type of like devotion when I was younger. Like even in high school, like, you know, when I'm 17 and not making any money. Well, I'm making money off of YouTube, like $100 a month, but nothing crazy. And I have horrible grades. And like, you know, people are like, okay, well, what are you going to do after high school? And I'm like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. And they'd be like, how? And I'd be like, I don't know, but I'm going to make it happen. It's like, I feel like it was programmed in me. That sounds weird.
For the record, I'm not saying that Jimmy is a good person or that he doesn't skirt around safety to produce his content. I am simply saying that he dominates YouTube as a platform. Now, we live in the era of Mr. Beast's YouTube, or perhaps at the inflection point away from it. Regardless, the past few years on YouTube have seen countless clones of Mr. Beast, which caused me to reflect on the inspirations of past content creators. When you think of the likes of Smosh, Hank Green, PewDiePie, and the hundreds if not thousands of other original content creators that came before Mr. Beast, Their motivations seemed way more innocent. They wanted to share things with the world, with no technocratic approach to the viability of their content. Nowadays, all of these folks have either graduated into more traditional industries, have scaled up similar to Mr.Beast, or have just taken a step away like I discussed earlier. Reflecting upon the creators of YouTube's past, I see a plethora of creators who are entering the game in a post-Beast era. A seemingly large margin of these creators are simply entering the space to capture some of the monetary gains that exist in this now massive market, or simply using YouTube as another leg of marketing. Compiling all of my observations together, it seems that there are 3 aspects to content creation that I would argue motivate the average person to throw their hat in the ring. An innocent desire to share, a greedy desire to capture some of the cash in the influencer market, and using YouTube as a platform to launch yourself into a dream industry. I would say that for the majority, they're all some mix of the 3. But motivation is not enough to actually become a content creator, at least not at a scale where one could consider it a viable side hustle or career pathway. In order to achieve that status, people have to look at the equation for success. Success equals luck times effort times time. Now, some people might state that luck has nothing to do with success. And those people are wrong. The harder you work over a longer period of time, the luck factor does not have to be as large in order for success to be achieved. However, especially in content creation, luck is definitely still a factor. And considering that this equation is literally just a metaphor, the tangible values of success and luck are volatile, abstract, and ever-changing. We now have a good guess at people's motivations behind becoming a content creator, and we know that in order to achieve success in this space, people either have to get lucky as hell or put a large amount of effort over an indeterminable amount of time into this path. And there is no payout for all of this upfront effort unless you become a success. So after a bunch of context, nerd speak, and rambling, why do people want to become content creators?
D3, you already said what motivates people. What do you mean, why do people...
Just shut up, other me. Yes, we established the key motivators for people wanting to become content creators, but this section is about the material realities that drive people towards content creation. I want us to take a beat, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you like your job right now? Do you have a job right now? Are you actively trying to become a content creator right now? Have you tried to become a content creator in the past? Why? I'm not looking for a specific answer with these questions, but I am wanting you to think. For so many, their day-to-day is filled with work that doesn't feel fulfilling. They work in retail, service, or any myriad of other jobs that do not provide personal and/or financial fulfillment. In this position, the prospect of a get out of the matrix free card sounds like the only option. Why not grind towards my dreams, or at least the possibility to make money in a manner where I have control? But then, the moment you escape the matrix, you simply become the subject of an algorithmic overlord.
Your attention is a commodity, and these billionaires are at war for it. I'm a part of this problem. My entire job is to keep you on this website longer. And I'd like to think that sometimes I give you points that you can resonate with or insights that are valuable to your life. But that's not always the case. Most of the time, that's not the case. And I make these videos because I'm incentivized by YouTube. It's become a game. I need to get a 1 of 10. I need to get the most people watching my videos for the longest amount of time possible. And if I do, then I make Big Papa YouTube more money and they'll break me off a bigger piece of the pie. But I don't want to just be another distraction and the amusement to death we are all suffering from.
Luckily, you get to choose when to leave this one. And I think that is ultimately the most appealing thing about this whole content creation thing. People want to feel like they are in control of their own destiny. And becoming a content creator seems to be the golden ticket. And now we see the duality within it all. Desire and desperation. It is one thing to make a generalization like I just did, but we have to know that every person who decides to make an attempt at content creation has so much more depth, context, and subjectivity to their journey. And before I share my personal story, I figured I should share a different one. And my best friend bitched at me that my wife starred in one of my videos before him. Everyone, here's my best friend, the bargain bin bad boy, on why he is trying to become a full-time content creator.
Hello, my bargain bin boys and baddies. I am the bargain bin bad boy, but to fit the D3 aesthetic, you can call me 4B. Cause bargain bin bad boy. There's 4Bs. You get it. You get it. I like to make videos on the internet. I like to go adventuring around Nevada and California. And the reason why I am a content creator is because, one, I feel like it's a good way to explore myself. And two, I just love adventuring and goofing off. But more importantly, I feel like it's kind of like my only chance to be successful. I don't know. We live in a world where more kids want to be YouTubers than anything else, which I feel like is kind of sad, but it makes sense because, like, why wouldn't you want to be a content creator? These people get to do their passion for fun and get paid super loads amount of money for it. I think everyone at least once should try to be a content creator. Like you, viewer. Yes, you just try to film anything. Film your passion, whatever you're passionate about, even if it's like, I don't know, putting your feet in dirt or whatever. I don't know. Somebody will watch it. You have to at least try because that is the world that we live in, unfortunately. But it's also kind of cool in a way. But don't think it's going to be easy though. Right now, I'm basically doing the videos that I want, but it's like a second job to me and I'm not getting paid for it. So it's like a second job, but I'm not getting any money from it. And editing, I feel like people think it's easy. It is not as easy as it looks. Editing could take you hours. So don't think content creation is easy, but at the same time, I feel like everyone should at least try it once, you know? Anyways, thanks D3 for having me on here. I love you. You're my boo. And if anyone wants to see my content, just look up Bargain Bin Bad Boy. Again, I do like exploration stuff, anywhere from exploring abandoned train tunnels to reviewing casinos. So if that sounds interesting to you, come watch some videos. It's nothing like this content, but you know. Anyways, thank you D3. Thank you everybody for having me. Be true to you. Yeah, goodbye. I love you.
If you want to check out Dylan's content, his channel is linked in the description. I watch every one of his videos, and I'm not joking when I say this. I feel that they are all worth watching. And now, time to get a little personal.
That's a long chunk of dialogue. Holy cow. Holy cow.